In most cases, when purchasing a home, we order an appraisal to determine the value of a property. We want the home to appraise for the sales price or higher. In recent years, it's been hard for buyers to win an offer without offering something called an appraisal gap guarantee. And what that means is a buyer is saying, hey, I am still going to buy the home, even if the home does not appraise for the sales price written into the contract.
If the house appraises lower than the sales price, the seller knows that the buyer can walk away from the contract, get their earnest money back, and the seller has to put their house back on the market. So they don't want to have to do that. So buyers have been saying, we'll give you an appraisal gap guarantee. If the house appraises lower, we'll continue to proceed. We're going to show you how to offer an appraisal gap guarantee without needing any more cash out of pocket. A lot of buyers have lost out on their offers in the past couple of years simply because they don't know the information that we're going to show you in this video. So, for example, did you know that if you have at least 10% down as a down payment, you are making an offer on a $500,000 home, you can make an appraisal gap guarantee of up to 5% of the sales price. Okay. 5% of 500,000 is $25,000. You could make an appraisal gap guarantee of $25,000 with taking no more cash out of pocket. To be clear, on a $500,000 home, if the house appraised as low as $475,000, that's $25,000 appraisal gap between the $475,000 and the $500,000 that you offer. You wouldn't need to come up with $25,000 more in order to buy the property.
Yeah, not all lenders offer this, but we do. So now let's talk about an appraisal gap if you have a large down payment, like 25% or more, and a moderate down payment of maybe 10% down.
Okay, so let's start with a moderate down payment, like 10 to 20% down. Let's use this example that we've been working with. 500,000, 10% down, you offer $25,000 in gap guarantee. What happens if the house appraises to 475,000? Well, number one, your sales price stays the same. Your sales price is going to be 500,000. If you have 10% down, that means we are financing 90% of the $500,000 sales price. If the house appraises lower, as low as 475,000, now we are still able to finance 90% of the sales price, but your mortgage insurance is based on 95% of the appraised value. So remember, the appraised value in this case is lower than the sales price. Since the mortgage insurance is based on a higher loan to value, it's slightly more expensive. So the only difference to you is a more expensive mortgage insurance premium if the house appraises lower in this case.
Yeah, let's
And then
emphasize there's no need for a higher down payment of $25,000. The only difference is a higher MI cost.
I'd love to hear from realtors who have used this strategy on appraisal gap guarantees, or if you think that our appraisal gap guarantees are they even going to matter in 2023? Please make your comments below. I am not necessarily recommending this. You'll want to talk to your realtor about it. Keep in mind that you are paying more than what the house appraises to in this scenario. But if it's the right house, one that you will stay in for years, this is a strategy that can help you win the offer without requiring any additional down payment from you. You pay more in mortgage insurance costs, yes, but do not need more cash upfront for down payment.
Okay, now large down payment. Let's say you have 30% down. You could offer a gap of 5% or even 10% without increasing your down payment. Yeah, 500,000. If the house appraises for 475,000, then there's no difference to you in any way.
One note here is that rates are slightly better at 25% down versus 20% down. So there is a potential cost difference in what we're talking about, but it is comparatively minimal. For example, 30% down, you are financing 70% of the sales price. But if you offer a $50,000 appraisal gap, and if the house appraises as low as 450,000, you are now financing 80% of that 450,000. The sales price and the down payment stay the same, but financing is based on 80% of the appraised value. Okay. In that case, the rates worsen by about 0.125%. At large down payments, you can offer large appraisal gap guarantees, which is a huge comfort to the seller, and it can make almost no difference in the mortgage loan.
Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share our video. Also, to follow along more, hit that bell in the corner for future notifications.
For more information and our contact information, just check the description below.